Hey, smart authors. Welcome back to another episode of the Smart Author Podcast. In this episode, I want to talk to you about funnel offers. Now, this is a snippet that I took from my Facebook ads masterclass that I uploaded to the channel. However, that video is like an hour and 20 minutes long. So I wanted to give you this small snippet so that you can understand what the best way for you to implement funnel offers are, so that you can kind of see an overarching picture. Now, when you have funnel offers coming into play, the main benefits are that you can make more money from selling your book. And what that does, it allows you to reduce the cost that it takes for you to actually get someone to buy your book with advertising. Now, if you can get this number down or close to zero, then the game of being able to run ads and sell your books becomes almost infinite and a lot of fun. So I really would love for you to check out this episode and get all of the insights. And if you do have any takeaways, I'd love to hear them below. I hope you enjoy. Let's roll that intro. So once we determine what we want to do, and for today's sake, we're going to pretend that paid is the strategy for us so that we can go into a rabbit hole there. We need to determine what our funnel offers are going to be. And so a lot of you guys may have physical books and digital books already. So the two different formats there. I would throw in an audiobook is probably something that you should consider looking at creating. And I'm not sure what Sue's stance on this is, but there's a few AI tools that can mimic your voice these days if you train it, and they can actually create your audiobook for you a little bit more simply. Again, I'm not really sure where I even stand on that. You know, the actual intentions and purpose of that would be over time, but definitely just something to consider if you want to make your life a little bit easier. But obviously just make sure you read through terms of services of all those platforms and things like that, just so that you're protecting yourself. But okay, so let's just pretend we've got three different formats that we potentially could offer our book in. We've got a physical book, we've got a digital book, and then we've got a audio book. So the way that we look at our book funnel offers, we have the front end. I'm just going to put FE. So this is the first offer that someone will see, right? This is what our sales page will be about. And this is typically our book plus bonuses. And so you can actually lead your front end with audiobook plus some bonuses, or physical book plus some bonuses, or digital book plus some bonuses. It doesn't actually matter. I would actually argue that it depends on the market that you're in. It depends on who your audience is. Are they more likely to listen to audiobooks? Cool. Let's test an audiobook up front. That's really going to be the way that you can determine if it's successful for you. I don't have the answers for you. I don't have the answers for clients. I can only offer suggestions, and then we can test it. The cool thing about ads is that we have a testing machine. We can ultimately test what we want and validate if it works or not. That's really the real benefit of running ads. When you run organic, it takes a lot of time. It's confusing. You know, people may already be like savvy to you. They might already be warm to you. When we run cold ads, no one knows about you. And so it's a true test of if it's going to work or not. And so let's just look at this. We have the audiobook potentially. We have the physical. We have the digital. And so pick one of these. Which one would you like to lead with? And then let's look at, what are the other things that we can throw in as bonuses. So, potentially we have a, bonus chapter. Potentially we can give access to like a Facebook group. That's always a good bonus as well, because then people are already prepared to join a Facebook group because they know they're getting access. Potentially we could give any sort of worksheet or any sort of companion that goes along with your book. So just have a think about those kind of things that you can add on to your main offer, one of the three formats of books that can be additional value to you. Maybe you've already got resources that people get when they buy the book, but that, you can just upfront disclose that that's a bonus that they're going to get access to. So just think about those kind of things. Next, we have the order bump, and the order bump is essentially a little checkbox when you buy the main offer that they can add to their order form when they are purchasing, when they're checking out, right? So it's a really simple way for them to add this offer on to their purchase. And so the way that I usually do an order bump is I'll suggest that we give something that is worksheety, templatey, checklisty, anything that's like a tactical bonus that you can give that goes well along with your book. I would recommend that we give that away with one or both of the other formats of books that you have available. And so if we have let's just say we're selling the physical book on the front end, then I would go audio plus digital plus worksheet or something that goes along. If we're selling digital, it would be, let's add the physical and audio. If you don't want to worry about fulfilling on a physical book, then let's just forget that in the funnel. Like, it's not a big deal, but just think about this like in a way where like we want someone to have all of the ways to consume our book so that they have a better opportunity to listen in their preferred way or read in their preferred way, do highlighting on their iPad or whatever, like we want to make it easier for them. And if we offer those formats, someone like myself, I really like to read digital and listen to audio. I do have physicals, obviously, but I find myself these days going to digital because it's actually easier for me on the go. I can have thousands of books on my iPad without really any hassle. And so that's just something to think about for your customers. How do they consume? What we have after that is OTO, which stands for one-time offer. And this is essentially another page after they purchase. So when they submit their order form, there's a step in the funnel where it allows them to click a button and add it to their order. They don't have to give their credit card details again or anything like that. And the OTO, there can be multiple of these, by the way. So this is going to apply for both. Let's just say we have two. And so the way to think about this offer, or the way I like to think about it, is your book takes someone on a journey. They start at one place. And this is if you're like a nonfiction author who writes, let's just say, something that is like transformative. So, it could be actionable business advice. It could be whatever. Sue helps women of faith write books. It could be something that is along that path. And we'll be picking on Sue a little bit today as well with her ads. So Sue's book, they start at a point of like, I've got a book in me. I really want to write a book. How do I do that? After they read Sue's book, they're at a point where it's like, cool, I know how to write a book now, but I might not have all of the worksheets that Sue takes her clients through when they write a book. I might not have access to recordings and trainings that Sue offers to help people get their book done faster. I might not have access to the tools and things that she recommends to speed up the process of getting the book out or making sure that it's refined to a point where it's ready to edit and publish faster, those kind of things. And so that's the problem that Sue's book created for the reader. They'll go from A to Z. Now they know how to write the book, but they don't have the assets that help speed up the process, or they don't have the tools that help make their life easier. And so that's really what you want to offer on your OTO page. That's going to be the tool that makes someone jump and go, yeah, like that's what I need. Now, sometimes even this creates another problem. And then that's what you would offer on OTO too. Like that's what you would offer on the next upsell. So it's like, you don't want to offer everything, but you want to offer a good solution on this step here. But then, that may create a new problem for them. So like, as an example, now I've written my book, it's published. How do I sell my book? Maybe Sue's got a program on that. Or how do I run ads to my book? Maybe Sue's got a program for that. And so that would be what's next. And you can frame that in that way. That's essentially the structure of how we do our funnels with our clients. And that's the way that we think about offers with our clients. And so, there's obviously price points that go along with these. So I'll run through those. There's also conversion rates that you should be savvy to as well, so that you know what to expect. So from a front end perspective, you can charge anywhere from 95 cents or, sub $1. I would say all the way up to $20 would make sense. And it depends on your industry. I actually prefer to charge less here because I can get then higher volume through the funnel so that they can see the other offers that I have in the funnel and they can become customers of mine, my clients, so that there's an opportunity for, further nurturing and on selling in the future. So I would say on this one, charge less if you can, if you're cool with it. On the order bump, then we can start to add in some higher pricing to increase our average order value. So from the order bump side, let's just say, we can charge $17 to $37, sometimes even $47, depending on what's included. And then on the OTO side, for the first one, you want this to be higher priced, the first one. So let's just say like 97 to 297. Now you don't have to charge in 97s, but that's just the way I do as a marketer, because it's it's what we always do. And then, for like OTO 2, you just want it to be less of a price than this one. And so let's just say, now I always like to do downsell payment plan offers for the OTOs. If this is 97, I might offer people 2 payments of $50. If it's 297, I might offer 4 payments of $75 or something. That way we can still give people the opportunity to buy, even if money is potentially the concern that they have. Our offers are really going to help people. And so like we just in our best interest to give them as many opportunities as we can to allow them to be able to get access to it. Okay, so conversion rates. On the front end, from clicks to sales, we should probably expect a 5 to 15% conversion rate to cold traffic. So, if we have 100 clicks, we should potentially see 5 to 15 people buy our book on the front end. From an order bump perspective, we should see roughly, it depends on your offer and how good it is, but I would say 30% to 50% is a really reasonable rate here. 30% is still good, by the way, but that's roughly. So if we do the math, let's just make it a little bit higher volume. If we had 100 people buying our book, we should see roughly 30 to 50 people buy our order bump. And then on the OTO side, we could probably say both of these would have a similar conversion rate. We could probably expect 5 to 15% take this offer. Now, I've done a video previously on the math of this, but obviously just write these numbers down. You can put all of your funnel offers into a spreadsheet or something, and then you can calculate, hey, if I send 1,000 clicks to my sales page, that's netting me roughly 50 buyers of my book. If 30% take up that order bump offer at X price, how many will I have there? If the next amount of people take up my OTO offer, what will I have, etc. And so just remember that this number and this number is only people who buy your book. It's not the clicks from the beginning. So yeah, I would highly recommend you do an exercise where you can put all of your funnel offers and your pricing in a spreadsheet, and then you work out, if people buy at certain percentages and what your average order value will be at the end of it, because that'll help you calculate roughly what you can spend or are happy to spend on getting a new book buyer. Because with our agency, most of the time we try our best to make the sale of the book as inexpensive as possible. And sometimes, it costs $50 to sell a book with ads. And so if our funnel revenue per person is $50 or higher, then we're making money still on the front end. Sometimes that's not always the case, but at the same time, if you can calculate that and have that number in mind, then you know what roughly you can spend to get a customer, a new book buyer. And if you're okay spending a little bit more, then at least you've worked out that math. You know what you're happy with at the end of the day. Hey, hope you enjoyed that little snippet of the presentation here. I've spent over $200,000 marketing books in the past 12 months. We've actually sold over 15,000 copies of books for my clients as well. And I found that there are actually 20 creatives that have generated the most of the sales for us. Now, a creative is just an image, a video, a graphic that you use in your ads to sell your books. Now, we actually went through the process of testing over 80 creatives, and we've got a backlog of additional 20 creatives that we're testing as well. And so we're kind of a powerhouse for creating different ads, images, videos, and graphics for testing selling books, because it's what we do day in and day out. Now, what I actually did was put together a library for my winning ad creatives for you, so that you can get access to all of the ads that perform the best for our clients. And if they're graphics, which there is 11 out of 20 that are graphics, what I've done is asked my graphic designer to put together an editable template for you so that you can edit the template in a few clicks, use it for your ads, and have the success that we've had with our clients. I've gone ahead and provided all of the statistics and results that we have gotten from each template as well, so that you can know where to start with your marketing efforts. So if you wanted to get access to that, click the link in the description under the Winning Ad Creatives library, and it's only $99. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps you shortcut your success with book marketing so that you don't have to test 80 creatives and you don't have to spend over 200 grand to sell your book. I really truly believe this is a resource that I had when I first started Smart Author Media, because our biggest problem was coming up with creatives, and then our next biggest problem was finding the creatives that work, and you don't have to do that. Enjoy, and thanks again for watching or listening to this episode.